Today on The Joy of Editing, we're continuing to look at all of the filters inside of Nic 9 Color Efex, and today it's the infrared filter. Stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome to The Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly. Today we're taking a look at the infrared filter in Nic 9 Color Efex. This filter gives your images that unique infrared style look where foliage can become bright and glowing, skies can turn darker and more dramatic, and the whole image takes on a more surreal, creative feel. I'll show you how it works on a few different examples, including both color and black and white looks, so you can see how flexible this filter can be. Now, before we get started, DxO has a new summer sale going on from June 15th through July 10th. New customers only can save 20% off any DxO software by using my promo code KellySummer2026. My links are in the video description, and when you use them, I make a small commission, which helps support my channel, and I really do appreciate it. Well, let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm starting out here in Photoshop, but you can also launch Nic Color Efex from Lightroom Classic, DxO Photolab, or use it as a standalone application. No matter how you open it, the filter works the same way. Today we'll be using the infrared filter to create both creative color infrared looks and classic black and white infrared effects. Now, if we come over to the left side of the interface, you'll see our filters here. We have our presets up here. Click on filters to see all of your filters. Right now I'm set for all Nic filters. They're all in alphabetical order, so they're really easy to find. Or you could come up to the search bar and just type in like infrared. But I'm just going to scroll down through. I have mine right here. I'll click the plus and add the infrared filter. Now let's take a look at the options here. We have different methods, okay? If you click this, this is a drop down. So we start out with black and white options. This is method 1, 2, 3, 4. Just hover over them, and when you find one you like, you can go ahead and use it. Like this one's too bright, so it would need some adjustments. For instance, if I click on it, what I might need to do is take the brightness back on this and maybe take the highlights and protect those highlights a good bit, like up into here. Maybe protect the shadows a little wee bit. So you got to make adjustments. Then you can lighten your highlights. You can brighten up the image, or you can darken it up a little bit. Okay, so that's how that works. Let's go back to methods, and now let's look at color. Here's 1. Now that's too dark. Again, I'd have to adjust it. Here's 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have 5 color methods. So I'm going to go to method 2. This is the one I used, so I'm going to click on this. Now, right now it doesn't look good, right? But watch what happens when I take the brightness and brighten it up a bit. Now it looks good. So when you're going through these methods, don't get tripped up in thinking, well, that looks terrible, because a lot of times you do have to make adjustments to make it look good. So we'll give it a little bit of brightness. You know, we can give it more contrast, less contrast, maybe somewhere right around there. And then we can lighten up the highlights a little bit, give them more light, or darken them down a little bit. Maybe right about there looks good. And again, we can work with protecting shadows. And I'm going to bring this back. I think I like it right about here. And let's play with the highlight protection. And somewhere right around here looks pretty good. Now, if you want to, you could take the overall opacity of the filter, and then you could take this opacity control and pull this back and start to blend some of the original image back in and get a blend of both. But I'm going to leave this at 100%. And let me go back to light and highlights. Do I want to play with this? Yeah, I think I just want to pull this down a little bit. And I really like that. Now, if we toggle off the filter right here, we can shut this off. This is before and this is after. So there we go. That's my first example, and I really like this one. Now that I've made these adjustments, let's go back to method. I'll click on the drop down. Let's go back and look at some of those other color methods again. There's 1. Of course, here's 2, the one I just adjusted. Here's 3. That one's pretty interesting. Here's 4. And here's 5. And that looks really cool too, but I think I'm going back to method number 2. I really like this infrared filter. If you want to take your image into a more artistic look, this is a really good one to try out. Now, it doesn't work on all images, but you never know unless you try, so give it a try. It's a great filter. Now I'll send this back to Photoshop, come down to the bottom right-hand side of this interface, click Apply, and that'll send us back to Photoshop. And here we are back in Photoshop. I'll shut off the filter. Here's before and here's after. And here's our next example. I'll click open to open up Color Efex. And here we are in Color Efex, and let's go ahead and click the plus to add the infrared filter to the filter stack. And I really like this. I like that dramatic sky. That's really cool. Let's start out with method 1 here. I'm going to go ahead and lighten up the highlights a little bit, not too much, maybe right about there, maybe brighten up the image just a little bit to maybe right about here. And let's work on the contrast, maybe something like that. We can protect our shadows a little bit, not too much, maybe right about there. Let's protect the highlights, somewhere right around there. Now this one looks really cool. I really like this, but let's try some other methods. Okay, here is method 2. I like this one. This gives us that glowy, dreamy look. I really like this. I think this is my favorite so far. Here's 3, like an inverted type look. It's pretty interesting. It's very artistic. I'll say that much for it. And let's try method 4. Okay. So 3 and 4, I'm not a big fan, but it's pretty cool depending on what you're going for. Let's try the color. Here's 1, kind of interesting with that orange sky. Here's 2. I kind of like that with the pink trees and the blue. Very artistic. I like it. Here's method number 3 for color and method number 4. Okay, for this image, I think I like method number 2. Now, let me just tweak this a little bit. Maybe I'll lighten the highlights up a little bit more. Do I want to brighten this up? Maybe right about here looks good. How about contrast? Maybe a little more contrast. And how about shadow protection? Right about there. And highlight protection right there. To see it before and after, we can click the toggle to shut this off. There's before, there's after. Or you could come up here to compare. Left click and hold. There's the before. Release the left click. There's the after. You can do the split screen, which is nice, or you could use this one right here, side compare. I really like the black and white result here. I love this glow in here. This makes a really nice black and white conversion in my opinion. Now, of course, you could keep working on this image, add more filters, but we're going to leave it at this for now. I'll click apply and send this back to Photoshop. And now here we are back in Photoshop. I'll shut off this layer. Here's before and here's after. And I'm working with smart objects here in Photoshop. So if I need to go back into Nik Color Efex, I can just double click on Nik 9 Color Efex and make some readjustments, add more filters. It's a great workflow. And now I have one more example for you, this image right here. I'm going to go ahead and launch Color Efex by clicking on open. Come over to the left side of the interface, scroll down, click the plus for the infrared filter. We add it to the filter stack. Method number 1, I really like this in black and white. Let's make a few adjustments before I go through the other methods here. Do I want to lighten up the highlights any? Maybe right about there. How about brightness? Maybe make it a little brighter. Maybe a little less contrast. Do I want to protect the shadows? Maybe I'll protect the shadows a little bit. Let's see. Let's protect the highlights a little bit. That looks pretty good. Now let's go up to the methods. Click the drop down. Here's method number 2. Again, I like this number 2 method because it gives you that nice ethereal glow. I really like that. Here's method number 3, a more artistic take. Here's method number 4. Again, more artistic, but here's color. Here's 1. That's really interesting. Here's 2. I like this with the pink palm trees. Here's 3. I really like this one. Here's 4. And here is 5. I think I'm going to go with 3. So I'm going to click on 3. And maybe I'll just, do I want to darken? No, I'm going to lighten it up just a little wee bit or brighten it up right there. Let's play with the contrast. Maybe a little more contrast. I like what's happening in these trees. And shadow protection, maybe just a little bit more. And any highlight protection, I think right about there should be good. Let me shut this off. Here's before. And here's after. I really like this. By the way, when you're using Photoshop and you always want to work with a smart object, just come to the bottom right-hand side of the interface, click on the right side right here next to apply, click on preferences, and you see right here default parameters, apply as. This is a drop down. Make sure you click on smart object, okay? And that way it will always open as a smart object, which saves you a lot of time. You don't have to mess around in Photoshop and turn it into a smart filter first. And now I'll send this back to Photoshop by clicking apply. And now here we are back in Photoshop. I'll shut off this layer. Here's before, here's after. And again, it's a smart filter, right? So double click this and you can go right back into Color Efex and continue to work on this image. Well, there it is, everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial, a look at the infrared filter inside of Nik Collection 9. It's a really great filter. I hope you give it a try. Hey, if you enjoyed today's tutorial, please give this video a like and share it with your friends. And if you're not yet a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe. Click the bell notification icon. Click all so that you receive all notifications. And then every time I upload a new tutorial, you'll get notified about it. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today in the Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly, and I will see you all right here next time. But until then, happy editing.